It's an Eastern Conference battle here at the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto as the Raptors look to work their home court advantage. The next swing into this game is part of their continuing road trip. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, the record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
Well, guys, it's go time. These are two teams whose rivalry goes back a ways, and anytime you renew it, fans are in for a treat.
And, you know, it promises to be another testy encounter between them. The build-up to the game has been pretty intense. I think everybody's expecting some volatility on the floor today.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And New York looking at who they've got. Melo is the 3. Amari is at the 4. Amon Shumpert is out there with Calderon. And it's D'Alembert in at the 5 spot.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Lowry for 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Kyle Lowry, an inside-outside scoring threat. He's become a deadly three-point shooter. And despite his relatively short stature, he's able to drive inside and finish effectively because of that great strength.
Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Ross on the wing. Shoots it up. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Knicks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Anthony kicks to Shumpert. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to the Rockets in Houston.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting them hear about that.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Up and in on the layup. Lowry's got 5 now.
And the layup just gift-wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
The shot by Anthony, no good.
Kind of a shaky first few minutes, guys. 5 field goal attempts, only 1 made.
Ross kicks to Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. Top of the key. Deep 2 from Ross. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Well, Carmelo Anthony's free agent decision subject to much speculation and hand-wringing in New York over the last season. But in the end, he decided to remain with the Knicks, much to the relief of the hometown faithful.
And for Melo, the decision to return to New York made more challenging by their struggles last season.
Yeah, you know, Melo is comfortable, I think, playing in the bright lights in the big city where he grew up until age 8. I don't think he shies away from that. Actually, he handles it quite well, in my opinion. It's not easy to play in New York. But the Knicks had to convince him that they could win going forward in order for him to return.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. The Knicks also changing it up. Jason Smith, he's checked in for D'Alembert. Quincy Ace has come in for Amari Stoudemire. And Smith subbed in for Amon Shumpert. And the Raptors with some changes. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Johnson. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Ross.
Well, there were so many whispers and rumors last year of whether or not Carmelo was going to stay in New York or not, but it seems like he dealt with the distractions and obviously had a tremendous season.
Left side, Williams. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Williams has got his first points in this one.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Good. And Carmelo's free agency might have been a distraction, but you can't blame that for the Knicks' struggles.
No, and he did the right thing refusing to talk about it. I thought he handled that fairly well, but while his free agency didn't cause their struggles, I'd say their struggles did weigh heavily in his free agency deliberation. You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Raptors moving the ball around. And DeRozan. Here we go. The Knicks pull it in.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Here's Anthony. And the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got his third basket of the night.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Patterson passes to Hayes. Soft touch off the glass. Hayes has got his first 2 points of the night.
Unselfish basketball on the interior. I love that, and you got to think the coaching staff does too.
Anthony. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Here's Williams. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did.
And so that's the end of the first quarter. Offensively, pretty stagnant. Raptors lead by 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Guys, they're really passing the ball well here in the first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low. The new front office starting last season for the Toronto Raptors, and it seemed the roster of the team was going to be subject to some changes as well as the team shed some of the big money players who hadn't been able to lead this squad to many wins in the past, and now they're looking to a promising future.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Johnson. Then it's Vasquez. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Williams at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Kyle Lowry was a hot name in free agency, but he opted to remain with the Raptors, signing a 4-year, $48 million contract. As Kyle said, you don't get many opportunities to have a team you can call your own. Guys, after playing as a backup for most of his 9-year career, Lowry is excited to have that lead role.
He had to work to become a star player. That's great to see, Doris. Thanks. Goes up from the top of the key. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And from the jump, the Raptors said they didn't want to be stuck in no man's land anymore. That is, too good to draft top-tier players, but not good enough to truly contend. They're trying to be forward-thinking and save their big contracts for real difference makers.
And a fast breakdown for New York. Anthony leading the charge.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Williams kicks to Patterson. Into Johnson. Comes up empty down low. Well, the Raptors front office are looking for players who battle, who want energy and toughness.
Yeah, exactly. They'll look at the stats, but at the end of the day, they want players with heart and fight. And I think that's a great emphasis to make as one of your core pillars culturally as a team.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. Johnson comes in for Williams. Now let's take a look at the teams that have been holding their opponents to the fewest points in the last 10 games. In 4th, the Raptors.
Well, they've been solid defensively, maybe a little fortunate at times when teams have had off nights, but overall, pretty solid defense.
Vasquez dishes to Johnson. Ross kicks to Vasquez. Hits the three-point bomb. Vasquez has got 6 points in the quarter.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
And it's Prigioni missing. Toronto leading by 5. And it's Johnson penetrating. Pass to Ross. He kicks to Vasquez. Pass to Johnson. Here's Ross. Shot clock at 6. Good D by Hardaway.
Well, there were a lot of amazing performances last season, but one that I didn't see coming was Terrence Ross notching 51 points early in 2014. That was just out of the blue.
Johnson wide open. He fires. Off target from outside. A clear look for Hardaway. And he can't bank that one in. Vasquez kicks to Johnson. .135 left in the first half of the game. Shoots the 3. That's good from Vasquez on the assist from Ross. Vasquez has got 9. And with Ross in his big point explosion, Clark, the opportunity was there for him. It was after the Rudy Gage read, and DeRozan was out at the time.
Yeah, and it showed just why Toronto is so high on Terrence Ross. I mean, he still needs to grow a bit as a player, but anytime you can score 50 or more in an NBA game, you know you've got game.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Well, good timeout, guys, because, this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting to stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. DeRozan comes in for James Johnson. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Terrence Ross. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Raptors leading by 8. Lowry passes to DeRozan. Lowry again, Shumpert. And Stoudemire with the block. Dishes it to Lowry. Toronto needs to get off the shot. Here's Vasquez. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Vasquez has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Look out, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Now, here is Lowry. 14 points from him the last game against Phoenix. Feeds it to Valanciunas. No good with the layup. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
The Knicks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And over the course of the season, guys, they've shot a very respectable 78% from the line.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
2 shots. And so Lowry nails both of them. Knicks trail by 8.
And if they're smart, they will hold for the last shot.
That's got to be the objective here, Steve.
Outside Anthony. And he converts the layup. Anthony's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash.
That'll do it for the first half. The Raptors out in front, up 6.